Alright guys, so we're back with some more My Hero Academia today. We're actually going to finish off the season with a couple of doubles. So we're going to do 22 and 23. That's fitting because today's episode's probably about twice. So there you go, that was pre-planned. It wasn't pre-planned. Anyway, we're going to do episodes 22 and 23 today. The Liberation Army are about to get their hands on a couple of the villains, it seems. Toga did her thing in the last episode. We learned about her backstory and all of that. And now Twice is about to get used and abused in some sort of way. How's he going to get out of this? I'm not sure, but we've both been pretty interested in Twice as a character ever since that snippet. I think it was at the start of this season or last season. Maybe it was at the start of last season. I think it was back in season 4, to be honest.
Yeah, it was, I think.
Now, we did actually have it clarified on Patreon that Shigaraki was indeed touching the person which he was using decay on. What Spinner was actually surprised about was the fact that it didn't stop with just the initial person that Shigaraki was touching. It was everyone else who was also in contact with that person. So that's pretty dangerous, and I think Shigaraki can really use that to his advantage.
At least it's less dangerous than we thought. We thought it was just as long as it's in, like, the vicinity.
Yeah, he can see and just decay someone in the area. But anyway, should we get into it?
Let's get into it.
The hell are they doing? Oh. Shit, that's gonna make Twice go insane.
It's gonna mess him up a bit, isn't it?
He probably thinks he's going through some...
Oh my gosh!
Oh, that's kind of nice. Yeah. He's about to have another psychotic break. Shit. Twice is the only one that doesn't really feel like a villain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It feels like a bit of a crook, but that's it, really. They're going to tie this in with how he's got, like, Toga as a friend now, and it's going to be all sad and shit.
Damn.
Shit. It kind of just happened as a result of his quirk.
He had the exact answer he needed at the time.
Yeah.
Puppets are so creepy. Oh!
Dang, how strong are the puppets too?
Oh. Oh my gosh.
Wow. The one time is different.
I really do hate how they're holding her.
Oh, shit. His army versus the other. I kind of love that for him, I'm not gonna lie.
I know. Weird to be rooting for him though.
I mean, if I was to save one of the League of Villains, it's probably Twice. I feel like he needs a helping hand, you know what I mean?
He didn't have anyone to help him.
That he's able to fully awaken his quirk.
Yeah. He had to get through that.
Yeah, the barrier.
Uncertainty, yeah.
Oh yeah, the doctor in the previous episodes, that was Deku's doctor, they've been saying that.
Yeah.
I knew that dickhead was shifty, I said it in that episode. The first episode, I said it.
Yeah, you never liked him, did you?
No.
What's Mate in the back doing? Push-ups.
Yeah, look at that.
This is chaotic. Yeah.
Look at him. What the heck? They're all just like a bunch of bullies. They're not that, you know, impressive. But there's heaps of them.
That's so long.
Yeah, but to deal with all of these guys, I don't know.
That's rude. Oh, he's severely underestimating him.
Yeah. Voice for him. Yes, master. This guy's unhinged, man. Oh, did you see his face? He'd be happy about that.
Yeah. He'd be happy for Twice and for himself.
Yeah, he needs a rest, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Bit of
Oh
a
my
power-
gosh, like
power
an
nap.
anthill.
Yeah. Is their whole thing that they want people to be able to use their quirks the way it was given to them without being sort of deemed a bad guy? Because I feel like they align with the League of Villains a little bit. I think he's getting too excited and something's going to backfire.
It's probably using up like a lot of his energy or something. I don't know. Is that how it works? Okay. I have no fear.
He's about to confuse everyone. He already is.
Yeah, this is a big problem. Oh gosh. Oh! Oh no. Oh.
Dang. Arm point?
That thing is huge!
He really cares about his friends. He likes to know everything about them too.
Knows details about them. Oh, okay. No.
No, this guy's unnerving, man.
I know.
I was about to say because she's dead.
I was gonna say because she wasn't heard.
Yeah, just he's like the bad hand that they were dealt shouldn't be a punishment. That's kind of where they're at, I think. Oh, that was cool. Yep, there we go.
Oh, great.
That was great. Now the real deal is here.
This is a lot messier than I think anyone thought. Oh no, the villains definitely knew it was going to be messy.
Oh, here we go. They're about to go 1v1 here. Next episode.
Oh. Is this going to mess her up now like it did him?
I'm not sure. Does the decay work with buildings? Like, because they were technically touching the building, but it doesn't pass on to them. You know, they don't decay as well. Your name's a damn tongue twister.
Yep. Oh, this will be good. a true politician.
That's a good one.
It's helpful, I guess. Oh. What the hell? Ryder's getting creative with the quirks now.
And that makes him very dangerous. Well, he's living through Shigaraki. Look at this guy, man. Looks like a big buff chicken or some shit.
Yeah, he does look like some sort of bird.
Oh, Giga Chad's about to see.
Uh-oh. Destro is so scary. And then lets it bubble up. Ah. Okay. It's a good metaphor.
Stores up his stress. You'd be more dangerous than him, I reckon.
Just a stressed little lady, alright?
お母さんの手、おばあちゃん、おじいちゃん、お父さん。
They all look the same.
I don't know, how can he tell the difference?
怒りや悲しみといった負の感情は
I mean, how could he
時と
forget?
ともに癒されていく。彼らを肌身離さず持ち続けなさい。
And no wonder he is the way he is.
また怒られたの？
アナちゃん、
Oh gosh.
もうね、黙ってればいいんだよ。
メソメソしてるといつも俺の手を引いてくれたっけ。
Oh.
アナちゃんだけだったんだ。ガキの無邪気な一言だけだ。
君は私には及ばない。
心に
Oh my gosh, look how huge he is.
Yeah, but you know when a battle is linked to a backstory, it's all
Yeah.
over for the other dude.
感情が経験に伴っているか。
Macchio's on the way anyway. Oh, crap.
5本の指でなければ発動しないと。ご情報をつかまされたか。
Oh, he's changed. That's old information.
Yeah. I like what the audio did there. It was like glitching in both ears and
Yeah.
stuff. That was pretty cool. Look at him. What the heck?
How does one train their stress? Asking for a friend.
君は本物だろ。解放 80%。 戯れはここまで。ストレスアウトプット。祭りを終わらせる。
Oh, I love what they're doing here.
Oh my gosh.
どうしたそっちに向かっている。とんでもないやつが来た。隠してやがったんだ。
Here he is. Oh shit.
He's been itching for a good fight.
Look at him just destroy the whole place.
What's left of it?
まさか避けようとして避けられる類のものではない。不当だ。あの刹那に防衛本能を押しのけて壊すためだけに。
It did a bit of damage. Just with a couple of fingers.
俺はただ壊すだけだ。
Oh, shit.
ならば君想像なきように未来なし。
Should really be rooting for the other guy, but
I know! It's so strange.
また英雄ごっこか。
Oh,
嫌ならいい加減聞き入れなさい。
oh dear.
うちにはルールがあって。
自分から謝るまで入れるな。
最近切りすぎじゃないの？
あの年で個性も出てない。分からせなければ不幸になるの。
when did the hair change?
もう書かないの。
だってかゆいんだもん。
何のアレルギーかわかんないの。やだね。
もうお家だとかゆいよ。
Oh, okay, this is why he itches.
Yeah.
僕、みっくんとともちゃんに一緒に遊ぼうって言ってね。ヒーローごっこしてね。超楽しかったんだよ。したらね、みっくんがてんちゃん
Like when he's anxious.
Hmm.
なんでお父さんはダメって言うの？僕のこと嫌いだから個性が出たらいいって言うの？
I see. This links into why he created the League of Villains as well, really.
I guess he didn't really go against his dad.
No, but also, like,
言葉は絶対
he wanted the misfits to play together.
Hmm.
私はテンコのこと応援してるから。お父さんに内緒で死体ヒーローになっちゃおう。おばあちゃんはヒーローだったんだ。
Have they made him look like Deku on purpose a little bit?
Maybe. I didn't think about that.
立ち向かえる気がするよ。
His dad was obviously hurt by.
この日はひどく
his mum, and obviously that wasn't a great experience for him, so that's why no heroes.
書斎に入ったな。
雨上がりの湿気が荒れた肌をチカチカ
Shit.
助けて見てないでねえ助けに来てよ
Yeah, there are so many of them there. Like,
いいか。ヒーローというのは他人を助けるために家族を傷つけるんだ。
この家は父が建てた
And he just killed them all.
お母さんらしいことを何もしてあげられなくてごめんね小太郎はお母さんのこと嫌いになっちゃうかもだけどお母さんは
Yeah, he took it out on the kids.
手を挙げるならもうルールには従えない幸せな家庭を作るって言ってたじゃん
こんなはずじゃなかったんだけどな。
yeah, unknowingly he's done the same thing.
Yeah, he had so much unresolved anger as well.
みんな
Yep,
Oh,
I saw that happening. Yep.
oh my gosh. Why do we have to see this scene? They're just gonna skip it, right? We know what happens.
どうしたのよ
Yeah, see how his quirk gets stronger, the less he's in
Yeah.
control he is of his emotions.
声が出ないの花ちゃん謝りに来てくれた
Oh my gosh, poor kid.
I know, he needed someone there too.
すごく悪いヴィランが僕らを狙ってるんだと思ったモンちゃんが崩れたの
Oh my gosh.
崩れたの いや違うか
It looks so bad too. His hair's changing now.
今思えば
みんな嫌いだ
I did not expect them to die in that way. That is messed up. Shit, man. Look at the power.
あの時僕は明確な殺意を持って父に触れた
That was the one over the eyes.
途方もない快感が全身を貫いて心のどこかでずっと望んでいたんだこうなることをかゆみはもう感じなかった
Dang, that backstory was actually so good though. I mean, I thought they nailed that backstory. I thought that backstory was the best one in the series, comfortably for me. I thought it was so well done, really making you understand this villain who, up until this point, I mean, you know there's a little bit more there, but you're just thinking, okay, he had one weak moment and then it just all went to shit, and most of this was All for One's fault. It was really just a matter of his circumstances and how bad they were actually at the time. Actually, before we get into that, we'll briefly talk about the previous episode with Twice. It was kind of good to see him awaken the full capability of his quirk, getting through that mental barrier. And
Yeah.
I actually think his relationship with the other league members is kind of cute. I don't mind Twice. He's misguided. I'm not going to start making excuses for the villains, but out of all of them, I think he's the one that's misguided, and he shows them so much love because they took him in and they were exactly what he needed, especially Giran, the broker, as well.
Well, just remember that Twice was doing bad things before he was part of this group.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it's not like they're the reason he's, being bad or anything. And
No.
I think they're all misguided, or something went wrong in all of their lives for them to end up here.
Yeah, clearly. I'm just saying I reckon he could have been easily helped compared to some of the other ones is what I'm getting at.
Mm.
And he just seems like he wants to be in a a band of friends. He just wants some good mates there, and
Yeah.
he just sort of wanted the sense of belonging, which is what I think Toga wanted as well. It's probably why they get along really well. I mean, we got to give him MVP, right, for
that episode, yeah.
for that episode, I think. I mean, just getting through that block and
He realized he was the original, and that was huge for him.
yeah, I mean, that was massive in itself, but then the fact that he was able to make so many copies and that was able to help Shigaraki with his plan, or at least speed up the plan to get the real Shigaraki there, and now he's about to fight, where he is fighting Reed Destro, whose quirk is really interesting, by the way, the build-up of stress and all of that. That's pretty cool. There have been some pretty fun quirks recently, the politician as well.
Yeah. It was like a ballerina dancer. I don't know. A lot was going on.
Yeah, there was a lot going on. I've been asking a few times sort of like where the difference lies between the Meta Liberation Army and then the League of Villains, because it's just weird to see them pitted against each other. But I think the Meta Liberation Army sort of, they're shown as almost pseudo-villains, if you will. But, I mean, what they want is dangerous anyway, but they're just essentially saying, you know, some of us, we got dealt a bad hand when it comes to the quirks. Why can't we use them to their full potential and all of that? And Reed Destro was, I could see where his animosity towards the League comes from now. So he's saying to Shigaraki, all you want to do is destroy. You've got nothing to actually bring to this world. You got nothing creative. You don't want to create anything. You just want to destroy everything. So that's kind of where the animosity lies, I guess. But yeah, in this second episode, I thought the backstory with Shigaraki was done so well and tragically.
Well, it was like horrific, but it had to be to explain Shigaraki. Some of it is just he is like a bit psychotic. It really reminded me of Toga and her backstory, how yeah, some of it sucked for the individual person, but Toga herself had that bloodlust.
I know,
you know?
but that was because of her quirk. That is because of her quirk. Now, I'm not...
Yeah, but like that's who they are as a person, right? They are their quirk, and
yes,
that's just how they are. Yeah, again, as traumatic and stuff as his backstory was, I'm happy that it's now explained.
Yeah, but like, let's say for example, All Might got to Tenko or Shigaraki instead of All for One. It would be a very different sort of scenario. They ended up having the wrong people around them. That's what I think these backstories are doing a good job of showing, because Tenko had this built up anger to his family, even there, like he was saying, I was at peace when I was doing this, like I got this sensation doing this. But he obviously didn't want to kill everyone, didn't want to kill the dog, didn't want to kill his sister.
He only said that he was enjoying it when he was killing like his dad. He was
like
traumatized when everyone else was decaying.
That shot of the mum trying to protect him or hug him or whatever, and then she crumbled. Yeah, like those sort of scenes, they were like really intense, and I think really added to the tragedy of the episode.
Yeah, I think another thing that added to the tragedy was the fact that he seemed quite amateur in that there was like a massive pile of blood, so you could tell he wasn't quite using the quirk properly. You know what I mean? Like now that doesn't happen.
Oh, interesting, yeah.
When he decays people, like they're all gone. So I think that really added to the trauma of things.
Yeah, there was a head.
If there was no blood, then I think I would have had a very different response. Like,
yeah, he had stray limbs around and all of that. And he wanted to be a hero as well. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like they did a direct sort of parallel between him and Deku, and they've been doing it obviously the whole series. But Deku's trauma was finding out that he was quirkless, and then All Might came into the picture. And then you've got Shigaraki, who was actually cursed by his quirk, and All for One went and took advantage of him. So like there's that direct comparison there to be made, and you know,
I think their traumas were different, so that's a little bit different.
Oh no, their traumas were different. Like Tenko obviously had a really bad life at home. His dad was taking out his anger on Nana, well, from Nana on him, which is never good, obviously. Like
you could almost call her Nana.
There's not the time for that.
Yeah, like you could tell how much that really upset Tengo's dad.
Yeah, well, she was trying to protect him and inadvertently created the Shigaraki that we sort of see today in a way, which is quite sad. And now Shigaraki's just getting stronger the more his trauma is surfacing, we sort of saw that the angrier and the more emotional he was getting in that backstory towards the end, that was when the quirk was coming out. That's when he sort of like squeezed onto his dog. I knew the dog was going first, the way they set up that scene.
I
Nah,
didn't
come on, Carly. The way they
expect
set up
it.
that scene, it was, yeah, that was not going to be good. And yeah, like obviously the itching comes from the anxiety and
Well,
stress.
came from the allergies. And
Yep.
then I think it was like a reflex for him, almost maybe even like a self-soothing thing, because when he was scratching, he knew that he was with his family and stuff.
I don't know,
so-
but he was
'cause
scratching. He was scratching a lot
Yeah,
towards
but he
the end.
said after he'd killed his whole family, oh, I didn't itch anymore. But he still scratches to this day. It's not because he's itchy, because he said he doesn't itch anymore. But I think it, like, sometimes when you've been through trauma, you adopt things you did, like, in your childhood. So I think maybe it, I don't know, makes him feel like his family is close by or something.
Well, the itching stopped when his family was gone because they were creating his itching, if you will. Like,
Oh, right. Okay.
that's the way I read it, at least. It seemed as though,
Mm.
I don't know, when he was around them, it seemed like he was,
Getting
that's when he was,
worse.
yeah, itching worse. I don't know, that was the way I read it. But yeah, there are a lot of nuggets in this episode, I guess, to explain the character. I mean, who do you give MVP to? You can't give it to Shigaraki for killing his family. I mean, I'm sure there are other ways to word it.
You could say, like, the family, because they did try to do the right thing
Nah.
after it happened. Like, the mum and the in-laws were like, we're not going to follow your rules anymore. If you keep doing this, you need to stop. I just wish Tenko had heard their conversation, because maybe then he would feel like, oh, somebody's on my side here. Because he felt like the whole world was against him. No one was sticking up for him. And the mum, you know, still went to go and grab him, even though she saw, like, her daughter on the floor and the dog and everything like that.
I don't know, like, if you're not going to do it from a moral perspective, you can give him MVP for almost his performance against Reed Destro.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And how the plan is all going well, and you could almost just give it to him for that. I mean, we've said that the MVP, we're not going to, because otherwise we can't give the MVPs to the villains. We sort of already discussed that.
Yeah, okay. Backstory aside.
Yeah.
We'll look at something else.
Yeah. I think, yeah, we can give it to him for that fight. But, I mean, he still resented a lot of his family, maybe except for his sister. Like, he was getting at it a lot. That,
Well, even she, you know, lied.
yeah.
And she wasn't there for him either.
Yeah. And then the quirk was just too destructive and took over him. I mean, he was only little, so... Yeah, I mean, that was really sad, but it was a really good episode. I think it gave us a good insight into the character. We've got a couple of episodes left, so I guess we'll see the conclusion to this fight. And we'll see what GigaChad thinks of Shigaraki.
Thank you so much for watching our reaction. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. It would really help us out. For early access to all of our reactions, you can support us on Patreon if you'd like. And yeah, thank you so much again. We'll see you in the next one. Bye!